All right, folks, here we are on Tuesday, July 23rd. We're going to take a look at SoFi today. So, different format, in case you didn't realize it. Also, a lot of bugs. I'm out here in the forest, and I made notes for my chart. You're going to see the chart on the screen in a moment along with me, but I have my notes to talk us through the chart. Now, if things have changed a bit from when I made these notes, because I had to obviously set this all up, I'll cover that ground. So I don't think anything will be above or below what we talk about on the levels on the chart. So just keep that in mind. So overall, I'm sort of curious if SoFi is incredibly close to trying really hard to do something that looks like a trend reversal. Now I know that's sort of a big undertaking. It's a big accomplishment. So I don't know that it has it in it. It's let us down a lot of times before, but 745 is super critical. As you see on the chart, it's kind of coalescing around there, pulled back a little bit, wicked hard on that candle a few days ago, and is sort of just convalescing, maybe is a good idea, or is a good word, convalescing along that 745 level. Now, I'm really curious to see what it does with that. So if it leaks through it, it looks to me like there's no super strong reason why it wouldn't sort of pull back. Ultimately, it may take a while towards 7. We have 693 on the chart, but we're looking for something that sort of retests that $7 level. That's what that 693 truly is. It's like a dip below 7. If it wants to push, what I'm going to look for is it to push off of that 745 level and head toward 8 relatively quickly and ultimately test that 826. It obviously failed that attempt, if I'm remembering correctly. It failed that attempt previously. That's where that strong top wick came into effect. But that's what I'll be looking for if it does decide to convalesce along that level and then push. Downtrend resistance is broken for now, which gives us the best opportunity by far in a very long time to effectuate anything that looks like a trend reversal, even if it's brief, even if it sort of just gets us into a different sort of zone, from this like 6 to 7 to 8 level. If it gets us into a different zone, anything that sort of pushes toward the double digits would be amazing. But these are stepping stones. And so if it's going to get toward that double digit level, this break of the downtrend resistance is the best shot we've had in a long, long time. It's been trapped under there for a while. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, I'm going to flip the chart over. I'm going to take the levels away. I'm going to put in the EMAs because the EMAs are super interesting right now as well. The 183 is at 736. That's just below the 745 that we have. I know kind of on a percentage basis, it's kind of a decent percentage, but 745 holding that level or kind of convalescing along that level and doing something with it doesn't mean that it has to just sort of like keep bopping off of it, right? It could dip a little bit below, hold a little bit above, and kind of ultimately make a move, right? It's just that it's sort of treating that, if you think of, the Loch Ness Monster dipping above and below the waves, it's sort of that motion. And so this 736 being the 183 EMA, super important on the daily. The 183, this is in my opinion, that's to me is critical to watch. Can it hold that? Now the 8 EMA is right there as well, which is additionally interesting. The 8, 21, and 34 are all currently in a bullish formation, at least when I captured this chart, and that could give some lift. Now losing the 183 could be trouble. It spent a lot of time underneath that 183 EMA, and it's been overall relatively herky-jerky, but has probably lost more for retail investors than it has gained. And so in the context of that, I would just keep in mind that it can be a leaky stock. It can have these brief moments that look promising, but can just completely fall apart. And so pulling back, flipping that 183 from support or even just sort of like accumulation along that zone to resistance, I'm going to be pretty cautious of that at least. Now, my takeaway, really good opportunity if the pullback holds. So brief pullback, we always would expect a pullback from a decent move up, right? And breaking this downtrend resistance is a super big deal. And so breaking that, getting some distance from it, and now pulling back a little bit, it's an important time. So it's interesting to see what happens if all of this holds, especially the 183 and that 745 level. You never know with SoFi because it's been what it's been. We've been here for a long time. And this is just, what I'm going to be watching, but there's an interesting confluence of events happening, an interesting confluence of levels and chart patterns that are taking place. So we'll see if it amounts to anything. Could end up being nothing, but I thought I would sort of bring it up today, try to do it in this different setting, different format, see if that is interesting to any folks, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, I hope that your trading week is off to a good start, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.